Hi guys, currently I don't have any issues with my back, and currently I don't have any issues with my knees, but today's job is up in an attic space. This bit's all fine, fairly straightforward. Velux, yep, no problem. I'll be doing some beading, taping, a little bit of bonding here and there. The issue only comes with this bit. Dear. Which is great, but it's not very user friendly, as you can see. So basically on the knees job, but we're going to have some fun and see how we go. Okay guys, if you're worried about raw edges sucking in too much on your skin, there's nothing a little bit of my favourite neat PVA won't sort out for you. Because on this window, to do this reveal, I'm going to be using stop beads around the internal part of the reveal. Actually, it doesn't need any up, it's got an edge. So, decent coat of PVA. Problem solved. Okay guys. I like to measure up. This side one first. 34 1/4 half on it. Remember to take your corners off. And then we'll be placing that on the inside. I'm going to be sticking this with mitre glue, which I'll show you in a second. And you bring it as far this way towards you as you want the thickness on the front. So just leave enough of a lip here to cover your board nice and flat. Okay, my game-changing method, which I've used quite a lot now, compared to when I used to screw beads on all the time or stick them in my plaster, which I'll only do if the angles are really badly out. Pop on the old mitre glue. I mean, this takes a second, but the time it saves you on the 5 to 10 seconds it takes to kind of stick onto the corner is worth it. Okay, so I've got that on the bead. I've got my mitre glue accelerator spray. Pop this up here. Line it up to where I want it to be, or need it to be. Just take your spray, and this spray will squirt up into the holes and help to set the glue. If you're using it as a carpenter for woodwork, you put your glue on and you spray the opposite thing and then you push the two together. But I found this way works well for me. And this accelerator spray just makes it go off in, well, literally instantly, as opposed to having to wait a minute or so. There you go, one. For your skin. You have got time with this to move it before you spray the accelerator on it. So this is quite thick in one part, but you have to take it to wherever you need it to be, which you can do with a stop bead, but not so much with an angle bead. Try not to stick your fingers to it, unless you're some kind of protester, sticking your hands to the road. That's that one. Okay, obviously get your fiberglass tape on the joints. And I would normally cover up any carpet, but this is going out as soon as the job's finished. So hey. Remember to put tape over your joint. Now, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but where there's a dip in the board here, I'll be feathering this part out with bonding. Now, long angles like this, if you're keeping it square and you're not going to curve it, you need to do one and then the other. Another option again is using a stop bead and getting your straight edge with that to work to across an angle like that. But whether you use that option's entirely up to you. Now these areas, if I was doing the boarding, which I'm not in this case, the boarding's done by the customer, and this is going to be a playroom for the kids at the top of the house, so he wasn't too concerned about boarding it all and putting beads on it. So what I'll be doing is, again on the bare edge of the plasterboard, putting some neat PVA to kill the suction. I'll also be taking that PVA across onto the timber on this side I'll be trimming back any bits of insulation that are showing. Again, this will have PVA on the timber here. This gap will then be bonded, and then when that bonding is dry, it will have fiberglass tape across that, butting into the side of the timber. The timber will be remaining, and it will just get painted in with the wall. On this side, this will be spanned here just across with the fiberglass tape and trimmed once it's been skimmed. So basically the skim is only just going to come across the tape across that joint, which for this particular kind of job, if it's not being boarded, is the best you can do, and it does tend to stay because I've done it before and haven't had any issues.
The work goes on, and when there's water to move, the quicker it's moved, the more time you save. It's why I use Surumi submersible pumps. They're regarded as the best around the world. Surumi pumps are built for work. Tough, reliable, easy to use, and they do the job. Surumi, available from tool hire companies, authorised dealers and builders merchants throughout the UK. Surumi pumps.
If you've got any foam stuck to your board, once it is properly dry, it scrapes off pretty easy, so shouldn't be a problem. Same as before on this window. Measure up, stick your beads. By the way, there's links for this fibre tape in the video description down below, amongst other things. Hey, we get a very small percentage kickback if you use any of the Amazon links for anything. So cheers for that in advance, guys. Make sure you push it well up into the void.
Message you'll remember was only very intelligent people or something like that can see
doing any plastering. Get the worst bit out of the way first. Okay, I've put a little bit more on and I've applied a second coat, flattening out the first one. Okay, once the second coat starting to pick up, what I do personally, I use my metal blade speed skim, my spray bottle, and give it a good old soaking. Do a section at a time. Again, it's just having to do this on your knees that's the really pain part of doing these jobs. Sorry, I normally mic myself up when I'm away from the camera, but I'm too busy. And again, on the corner trout, little twitcher. Bit more water. Yeah, okay, lastly, the old Ox Flexi trowel for meat. I tend to use brushes on the edge and spray on the bulk. Okay, so this is some of the worst part done now, apart from the reveals on that window, a bit of sealing to join the two, and finishing these timbers off, and then moving back onto the normal height part. It should be a lot easier, he said.
Money. I need the skills to manage it, because when I grow up, I've got to know how my money first works. Budgeting, saving, the lot. Won't be long before I'm trying to buy a house. And save for a wedding. money work for you?
For years that they really cared passionately about the fishing fleets, for example, which have been shafted. They pretended for years that they really cared passionately about British fire, which have been shafted. They pretended for years that they really cared passionately about people at the bottom of the earning chain who have been shafted. They cared about businesses which have been shafted. They voted.
You can see as you watch my method, guys, that I go through this is now my second coat going on, using my Marshalltown trowel. Then when it comes to the wetting down, which I do in the next section, I'll be hitting that with my metal blade speed skim. And then finally, with another spray, I'm using my flexi trowel with the with my Ops flexi trowel to finish off, and you can give it a harder trowel once it's completely gone, or nearly completely gone.
Super jackpot and to receive what he called fruitful reward in return for the future sacrifices that could consist of wealth and power. And the judge said, well, it was fairly clear from that evidence.
Okay, so here's what we've got left on the timber front. Now, like I said at the beginning, the client did the boarding on the house because it's just going to be a playroom at the top of the house for the kids. He wasn't bothered about the timbers underneath, so I have plastered them, as you've seen, with put the PVA on there and some fiberglass tape, and I've done it oftentimes, and I'm going back there in 12 months to film them and show you if any cracking has occurred, so you'll have to wait for that. Thanks again, guys, for liking and subscribing, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video or at Ask the Plasterer.